What's up, guys? Jason up New Age Revolution down here in the cave for a much anticipated return of a little show that we used to call Whatever Happened To, where we got grandma's blanket on. It's a little cold down here in the basement, where we, reminisce about things of yesteryear, things that just don't exist anymore or do exist and aren't nearly the same. And somebody gave me an idea. They said, whatever happened to commercials, TV commercials? And I thought, well, wait, we got TV commercials. What do you mean? And then I haven't watched TV in so long that I forgot about how fun and how entertaining commercials used to be. Kind of like this.
And Cool's teaming up with a good balanced breakfast.
Teaming up with Mr. T cereal. It's getting on the team that knows how cool breakfast can be. You get a crispy corn taste with a touch of brown sugar. Teaming up with Mr. T.
It's Cool.
Teaming up with Mr. T. Golden sweet crispy teas. One bite and you're gonna be eating with a team that's teaming up with Mr. T.
It's Cool.
Teaming up with Mr. T.
It's spring cleaning time in Strawberry Land.
Come to help?
Like to help myself to your strawberry shortcake cereal.
Sure.
What a fruity strawberry pink.
Smells like strawberries too. And ooh, its crispy strawberry taste is a very good part of this nutritious breakfast.
Strawberry shortcake, I'd be glad to help. Put away more of your cereal.
It's Strawberry Shortcake cereal.
It's very delicious.
Who's the big guy with the muscles?
He's He-Man, the most powerful man in the universe. Skeletor is his enemy.
Here's He-Man, Skeletor, and Castle Grayskull. You have to put the castle together.
You're doomed, He-Man.
Oh, yeah? Watch this action, Dad. Now I have the power.
He-Man and Skeletor each sold separately. Castle Grayskull also sold separately from the Masters of the Universe collection from Mattel.
Yeah, we don't have stuff like that anymore. Come on, we know that. I think as I've gotten older, TV commercials of the past are just as important, just as valuable as the shows of the past. In fact, when part of the whole wanting to collect VHS tapes of things taped off TV was the idea that there would be some commercials included with those films or TV shows. When I used to do a lot of wrestling tape trading, there was nothing better than getting a set of 1986 WWF and having commercials included. Nothing better than that, I can assure you. Because they were better. And no, it's not just nostalgia. It's not just nostalgia. It's the commercials were better, the products were better, and you felt better watching the commercials. I don't even know what commercials are today. I know they're edgy, I know they're hip, I know they have agendas to follow, I get it. But all I see commercial wise is attorneys that are going to help you if you're injured in a car. If you drank Camp Lejeune water, you can get some money. If you have mental health or medical problems, here's a med that you can take. And they're getting less and less classier. They are certainly not family-oriented commercials. In fact, some are disgraceful, and I don't mean to sound like a prude, but the commercials for a company called Hims, Hims, are shown during the day, and insinuate the bed's a rockin' because this dude took some meds that he got from Hims website or something, and I'm like, this is just the degenerates that we've all become. there was a time back in the day, again with tape trading, where I would buy discs off eBay that had an hour or 90 minutes of commercials on them, and 80s commercials, and I would just sit and watch them. Then obviously YouTube came along, and now there are so many ways to go back and watch 80s commercials. One of the biggest providers of this content is a channel called Dave's Archives, and he just has, you know, just whatever commercial you want to see, however long you want to sit around and watch it, check out Dave's Archives. But, you know, obviously Saturday morning commercials were generated towards the audience that was watching Saturday morning programming. That's not happening anymore either. Television is certainly not censoring itself based on time of day anymore. You could not watch an R-rated movie on HBO until 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night. All those rules are gone now, and the commercials seem to follow the same rules. You're not getting children's-based commercials on Saturday mornings anymore, because Saturday mornings don't exist anymore as far as TV goes. You know, so Saturday morning commercials we've talked about for days. But what about after-school commercials? You know, how great were after-school commercials? They were food-based. They were, you know, snacks, food, fast food-based. They were toy-based. They were children-based, and that was awesome. I loved it. You know, I loved after-school commercials just as much as Saturday morning commercials. I think that we've, you know, again, I just got rid of my very last. I got rid of my final cable, and by cable I don't mean cable. I haven't had cable for years. Then I had satellite for a while. That's been long gone for years. And then I was watching YouTube TV. YouTube TV was my cable. And that's garbage, because there was nothing on there to watch. I would never actually watch modern programming anyway. But when we would watch AEW, which is, yes, it's wrestling, and yes, it's probably marketed towards an adult audience, but there were multiple times where we had to censor the commercials from the children who were simply watching AEW wrestling and getting blasted with adult-themed commercials. So I've gotten rid of YouTube TV as well. So now I no longer have any kind of television cable format, which I didn't need. I don't need. You know the DVD collection that I have, and you know what I watch, and so I don't need it anyway. So I haven't seen a lot of commercials. Do we still have cereal commercials? I think we have probably adult cereal commercials, like maybe the heart-friendly Cheerios commercials. We certainly do not have Cookie Crisp and Honey Smacks and Frosted Flake. We certainly don't have those kinds of commercials that are marketed towards children anymore, because of course we had to limit that. You know, everybody had to complain about that, because if you show an 8-year-old a commercial about cereal, you know that he's going to get on his bike and get his allowance and drive himself to the store and buy himself the cereal and sit down every morning and pour himself a bowl without any kind of parental responsibility whatsoever, right? So we have to take the commercials away so the kids don't make the wrong decisions in life, right? Because whatever. You know, I miss commercials. And that's why I miss themed commercials. I miss holiday themed commercials. I miss Christmas commercials. You know, we don't get to have those anymore. I miss commercials that would announce the show that's coming up next. You know, the coming attractions for the A-Team that's going to be on in 20 minutes. I miss that kind of stuff. That's gone. I often kind of fantasize about, so you know, we've got MeTV, which I'm going to get this service. I forget what it's called. I think it's called Friendly. It's called something. It's a family. My man Josh told me about it. Josh on the channel, he knows who he is, obviously. he told me about this streaming site that's only $6.99 a month, very family-friendly programming. But one of the channels on this streaming is MeTV. Now, I love the concept of MeTV, but MeTV has modern commercials. Unfortunately, MeTV's commercials are targeted towards an elderly population, an older population who are watching those shows. And so when I watch MeTV, the commercials are for life insurance, and they're for, diabetes, and they're for, all kinds of, stuff which is fine. I mean, it's better than the garbage that's on TV. But the fantasy is that there would be some kind of a network like MeTV that also ran commercials, from that particular era as well. And the commercials are out there. I mean, they're all over YouTube. Somebody could do this. I've often fantasized about, putting together like how I watch, on let's say on a Saturday night, I would watch let's watch Golden Girls, and let's watch some Family Ties, and let's watch some Empty Nest, and then so put all that on a disc or put it on a thumb drive, but also insert the commercials, during each show. But that takes a ton of work. But I wish that there was a network like MeTV that would include old commercials as well. Commercials back then just gave us a better feeling. It was just a better feeling. It was a more pure feeling. It was a more innocent feeling, and for the most part, it was it was family friendly. I miss the double mint gum commercials. I miss the I miss the commercials for electronic products. I miss obviously toy commercials. I miss coming attraction commercials. All that stuff. Just fun, innocent television commercials. And again, you can't even really talk about fun and innocent and television in the same sentence. That doesn't exist anymore. It's changed. There is no more fun and innocence with television. Everything has to be monitored now, especially if you have kids watching. So commercials. Where did they go? Where did they go? The products are still there. Do we not need to market products anymore? Do we not need to announce things to people? I miss them, but again, through YouTube, through Dave's archives, who probably has no idea that I'm mentioning him. Tons and tons and tons and tons of any kind of commercial that you want to see. There were some commercials that I loved so much as a kid, I would audio tape them with a boom box. I would set my boom box up to the TV speaker, and I would audio tape the commercials so that I could hear them again. Video game commercials. We have PS5 now, Xbox, obviously. Do they have video game commercials anymore? No. Did they have Nintendo commercials? Millions. Did they have Sega? Millions. Atari? Huge. Huge. This was the way that we would market a product to an audience. And now there are so many ways to market a product to an audience that these companies do not need to spend millions on advertising anymore. They just don't need to. They don't need to hire the actors. They don't need to, buy the airtime. They don't need to, because if you don't air a commercial for Doritos, everybody knows that Doritos still exist. If you don't air a commercial for a PS5, everybody still knows that a PS5 exists. It's just who we've become. But we don't have to, fans of this channel, fans of this era, get yourselves on YouTube and just type in 80s commercials, compilation, and you can sit on your couch for 3 straight hours if you want and just watch commercial after commercial. And man, I'll tell you, you will see things that you forgot a long time ago. When I watch these compilation videos, there are commercials that I was like, I'm just blown away that they're back on again, and that I'm reminded of them again. So Whatever happened to commercials, I don't know. It went the way of everything else. It's just gone. Just gone. Vintage Horror Night coming, Friday the 13th, part 1 we'll watch. We got to get Wrestling with the Past back going. It's been requested that I go through the batch of VHS tapes that my man Stephen Brown sent me. We got to do that. And we got to just keep hanging out down here in the living room. It's cold down here. I think when I'm down here, I'm going to need, like, grandma's blanket. But when we do the Saturday morning Super Show, I'll be down here in the bathrobe. Don't worry about that. Nice cozy fleece bathrobe. So commercials, write them down if you had any favorites, but definitely scroll around YouTube, of course, after you're done scrolling around my channel, and just go back and enjoy a blast from the past. E.T. Atari game has a commercial on YouTube, and it's just cool. It's just awesome to go back and see that. That's that. Thanks for all you guys hanging out. Feeling great. Just had a big dinner. And I don't know how fast I'm going to put the weight back on because I'm not really eating junk food. I don't know. I might hover around 185, 190 at some point and just be satisfied with that and get all new clothes, I guess. But happy Mother's Day to the mothers out there tomorrow. And Lisa E., happy Mother's Day to you. And we'll see y'all next time. Good night now.